Hey everyone, we're going to talk about something that deals with the drought right now and emergency water. How much do you actually need, and what are the cheaper containers to store it in? We want to talk about safe containers. Now, more than 60% of the US is sitting in some level of a drought. It's not really a conspiracy, but it is coming from the weather report if you happen to take a look online, which means storing water is not some fringe hobby for people who own three flashlights and a bunker. These are basic life logistics, kind of like keeping a spare tire in your trunk, but you never hope you never need it, and you feel pretty silly if you don't have one, right? So, today we're going to cover exactly how much water you actually need to have on hand, the cheapest containers you can use to store without turning your garage into some kind of doomsday aquarium. Now, let's get into it. So, here's good news up front. This isn't complicated, and we're not going to make it more complicated. And we're definitely not talking about surviving a zombie apocalypse. We're talking about the kind of stuff that actually happens to regular people. Boiling water, notices a busted pipe, storm that knocks out the power for a few days, or a heat wave that stretches your city's water system a little thin. Or you have watering restrictions that you can do in your yard or plants or crops or anything else, all right? And these situations are common, and honestly, most of them can be solved without something as simple as having water already sitting around your house or your location. It's boring, but it is effective. And step one, you need to figure out your number. A baseline that most emergency experts agree on is 1 gallon of water per person per day. So, you got a family of 5 like I do, that's 5 gallons of water per day. That covers drinking, a little bit of cooking, if it's in the middle of summer, if someone in your house is sick, or you've got pets running around, or you want enough for basic hygiene too. If you want to bump that up a bit, nobody wants to choose between brushing their teeth or staying hydrated, and although some people don't brush their teeth, they may not have that issue. But that's not a competition anyone should have to enter as well. And for how many days you have to plan for, 3 days is the bare minimum. If you want actual peace of mind, it's something you could forget about, aim for 7 to 14 days. Again, this is a guideline and a potential action plan. So let's do some quick math, because I promise this one's the easiest math you'll do all week. 1 person for 3 days, 3 gallons. 2 people for a week, 14 gallons, right? 1 gallon per day per person. And 7 days in a week, that's 14. A family of 4 for a week, that's 28. So it's not calculus, just basic math and arithmetic. So you buy some water, shove it into a closet, never actually figure out if it's enough. It's like packing a lunch and hoping there's a sandwich in there somewhere. Do the math once and you're done. Step 2, think in 2 tiers. This is the part that people usually skip, and the part that saves you most of the headache. You want 2 types of water storage working together. Tier 1's grab and go water. These are a few gallons that you can load up in your car in 5 minutes if you suddenly had to leave. Jugs, handles, not 55-gallon drums that require a forklift. Step 2 is home bulk storage. Well, that's where we're getting to the big stuff. This is water that sits there quietly doing its job, giving you the most water for the least money. The common mistakes is only having a bulk storage and then realizing in the middle of an actual emergency you can't exactly toss a giant barrel into the backseat of your trunk. Emergencies come in different shapes, so your water plan should be too. Step 3, pick containers that are actually safe. This is where people accidentally sabotage their own plan, so we're going to keep it simple. Good, cheap options include stackable food-grade water jugs. Again, food-grade water jugs, 5 to 7 gallon BPA-free containers that come with a spigot, so you're not tilting a giant jug over your face like some kind of amateur juggler. 55-gallon food-grade barrels if you're ready to go, big and honestly, plain old pre-filled cases of bottled water. But they're not exactly exciting, but they are effective. If the container is an HDPE plastic and labeled food safe, you're usually in good shape. Now here's what to avoid, and this is definitely important, so pay attention. Do not reuse old milk jugs for long-term storage. They break down over time. I was actually going to do this, so I'm glad I'm saying this. They tend to hold on to smell. Nobody wants water that faintly smells like the memory of a old milk. And also skip any container that once held chemicals or anything that smells like it used to live in a different life. If your storage container has a backstory, that's usually a red flag and not a fun fact. Here's a quick tip. You want the cheapest water per gallon and you want it fast. Cases of bottled water are honestly hard to beat. If you rather have something reusable, 5 to 7 gallon jugs are a great middle ground. Step 4, fill it, label it, store it, and be smart. Fill your containers with clean tap water. or water that you've already treated, label it, the container with the date you filled it, because your future you will not remember it, no matter how confident or present you feel about things right now. Store everything somewhere cool and dark. If you can, this one's important, don't store your water next to gasoline, pesticides, or anything with strong fumes. Plastic can be sneaky about absorbing smells, and you don't want water that tastes like your garage. Step 5, rotate it. Because water isn't just a set it and forget it forever solution. If you're using bottled water, just follow the printed date and swap it out with its time. You're using reusable containers, set a calendar reminder to refresh the water every so often. A classic mistake here is saying, I'll remember to change it, and your future you gets busy, distracted, life always gets in the way, and frankly, you've forgotten about that water. A calendar reminder doesn't have that problem. You can use your phone. Use the technology to help you guys. Step 4, have a backup plan, because storage is only the first step. Even a solid supply stored away, it's smart to have a backup method for treating additional water just in case. That could be a basic filter, rated for drinking water, water purification tablets as a backup option, or the ability to boil water if you have a heat source. I will have links or affiliate products in my description below, so check that when you're done watching this video. And a common mistake is having containers full of water and zero ways to treat it if you run out or you need to grab water from somewhere else. Storage gets you started, but backup methods keep you covered. Remember that. Let's recap, because repetition is basically the secret ingredient to actually remembering things. People times days times gallons. Store water for 2 years, or in 2 tiers, grab and go, and bulk home safe food grade containers, and avoid anything with questionable past life. No milk jugs or anything with chemicals. Label the water, store it in a dark place, and rotate it before it's forgotten. And always keep a backup treatment method on hand just in case. That's the whole plan, simple and unglamorous. Now, if this helped you out in the water situation, man, do me a favor and give me that HMO special to help me out, because we're covering a lot of this practical stuff that's no nonsense, readiness things, and you don't want to miss it. Before you go, drop me a line and a comment below and tell me how many days do you have or what systems you use that might be better. The goal is to build up knowledge, not to think that we know it all, okay? I read all the comments, and I would love to share this with the community at large and make more videos on good ideas for the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
People talk about land, self-sufficiency, and financial freedom, but no one says how. That's what Ancestry Lands is for. We explain it all while keeping it budget-friendly. Whether you have a backyard, a small budget, or just curiosity, you'll learn what actually works and what doesn't. You don't need to know everything, you just need a place to start. Because understanding land changes how you see money, security, and the future. If you're looking for clarity instead of noise, subscribe to Ancestry Lands, learn first and decide later.